Motormouth Jenkins here, welcoming you to our brand new YouTube channel. Hope that you'll come back and see every segment each and every week, and I will share preventative maintenance tips and regularly scheduled maintenance tips for your car. So whether you know a little bit about your car or absolutely nothing, this is the channel just for you, where I share over 35 years of experience as a qualified and licensed service technician with truck and coach, light truck and passenger vehicles. Come back and visit us and tell your friends, and we'll see you each and every week right here in the Car Connection Workshop on YouTube. Niall Motormouth Jenkins here. Welcome to the Car Connection Workshop. Have we got some stuff to show you today? I'm at my workbench. It's kind of my science lab, and you're going to learn today about super silicone Silicates antifreeze. That's all. That's what it is. It's antifreeze. Well, I've taken the liberty of putting together 3 samples of antifreeze. And this antifreeze is for your domestic vehicles. And I just want to talk about fluids for a moment. Is we're dealing with high-tech vehicles, and high-tech vehicles are fluid specific today. So there's no real one size fits all. You got to know for sure what you're putting into your vehicle's cooling system. There's different coolant for different makes and models. So, and if you switch them up, then you can find your vehicle in a contaminated situation, and that's going to cost you money. But today, I just want to show you how I test antifreeze, super silicone Silicates. You can really sound like you know what you're doing to your friends. Just say, I learned about super silicone Silicates this week. And they'll probably go, pardon? You go, yeah, you know, antifreeze. So I've got 3 samples I've taken in the shop, and the test equipment I use is a litmus strip. We're going to be testing for all the components that we need to know about the condition of the antifreeze that we're testing. So not all flavors are going to turn out to be okay. There's some flavors here that might not be good. And I've got 3 containers. You see? 3? Yeah, that's right. 3. How many? 3. So we're going to test from the left to the right, and I'm going to reach into my handy-dandy toolbox because I need my cool TRAK test strips. And you can get these at a lot of automotive stores, and you need to make sure you keep the lid on because they are litmus strips. So these are the tools that we use to test your vehicle's antifreeze, and we have test strips also for other fluids in your vehicle. So this gives us all the right information so that we can make a judgment call. So I'm going to start here, this one. Now, this antifreeze is used antifreeze, and it's from one of the vehicles in the shop here. I took a sample, and let's test it out. So what we're looking for is we got 2 charts here. This chart is going to tell us the percentage of glycol in the system. So from 25% all the way up to 60%. So we're going to dip this, and then we're going to check it against the chart and match the color. So we're going to do some color match. Now the second chart, here's where this is the serious part of testing your antifreeze. The acid corrosion protection and alkalinity pH balance of your antifreeze. So you're going to see what I've been talking about for over 30 years on our radio broadcast, Car Connection, that although you're looking at antifreeze, it may look good, smell good, and I don't recommend tasting it because you can go blind. Don't recommend that. So the second color will be where this yellow block is. So then we're going to test to see where the acid, pH balance, and alkalinity is, because if that's out of whack, if we're down to this end of the chart, it's unsatisfactory. That means although the antifreeze may look good and smell good, it's not. So let's get to testing. So what we do is we take the test strip, and we're going to put it into the sauce, into the antifreeze. for about 15 seconds. I don't need to count it off. I'm a musician. I pretty much know what 15 seconds is. So we're going to wait for 15 seconds here. And we're going to use the first block here, and we're going to match it, oops, up against what we have here. Bad nerves. You guys are making me nervous. Okay, let's see. Does that match? Well, it's kind of close, but is it closer to that? I'm going to say it's kind of in between. Maybe closer to this. You be the judge. But anyways, we're in the good percentage of glycol. So we're somewhere 50 to 60%. And it's kind of turning, I'm going to say we got a 60%er here. 60%. Okay, on the green side. So we're not going to freeze up. We're good for minus 51. And if it's that cold, I'm putting another log on the fire, and don't call me, I'll call you. All right, the next one, the second block right here. Now this is serious part of antifreeze. We don't want it to freeze up. We don't want it to have a low boiling point, but we also don't want it to be way off the chart when it comes to acid corrosion protection and pH and alkalinity. Well, let's see where we are. All right. We are not there. Definitely not there. Not there. We're about right on, well, we're pretty close to the equator. And what that means is it's not quite bad, but it's not really good. So when I see a measurement like that, where it comes up about right here, here is the okay level, here is the unsatisfactory. It's right kind of, it's not dark green, it's not light green, it's kind of in between. So it's in the unsatisfactory area where the acid, corrosion, pH balance, and alkalinity is in the bad zone. So although it tests, it's not going to freeze up till minus 51, and it's not got a low boiling point, but it's dangerous in your cooling system. That's what this is indicating. It's acidic. And acidic means eating head gaskets, cylinder head, etching cylinder heads, damaging your vehicle's cooling system and gaskets and engine. So does it need to come out? Yes. So this one right here, not good. So, and I said this was the used antifreeze. Again, it looks really good. It looks really clean, but it is not good. So let's put that test strip right there for that one. All right, let's do the next one. Let's pop the lid. No, I'm not Jim Jones, and I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, okay? Not today. Not today. Here we go. Another test. Now this was used, gently used. I can't remember which vehicle it came out of, I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. The whole idea is to show you it can look like it's okay, but it really isn't. This is old antifreeze. So let me turn that around. This is old antifreeze. Where did I get this sample from? Well, when I have bad antifreeze, I collect it and then I take it to the hazmat. This is the jug that has rejected antifreeze. I know it's crying. It's rejected. So let's test it. Let's see what we got. So this is a mixture of domestic antifreeze, GM, Chrysler, Ford, your domestics. Let's put it in there, 15 seconds, that's good. Okay, we just rattle it off a little bit. Now let's have a look. Let's see what we got. Okay, the first block is your percentage of glycol, super silicone silicates. Well, that's not bad. It's like coming up 60%, I would say. What do you think? I think we got a match. We have a match. All right, so we're at 60%. So that means it's good to minus 51, and it's not going to boil over. So the boiling point is good. Now let's check the second block. Here we go. So this is the acid corrosion and alkalinity, pH, basically the pH balance. So we're not there. Definitely not there. And we're definitely not there, I would say. I'd say again, we're kind of in between. So where does that bring us? It brings us into the unsatisfactory area box. We'll just check it one more time. It's definitely not a perfect match there. It's not a perfect match there, so it's somewhere in between. That still puts us into the unsatisfactory area. So again, this antifreeze you definitely do not want in your vehicle. Definitely not. Again, it's going to contaminate. It's acidic, and that acid is what causes cooling system failure and gasket failure, head gasket failure. It will also etch aluminum. Cylinder heads on your engine are made of aluminum. So we don't want to self-destruct the cooling system. We're going to have a segment. I'm going to show you what happens when you ignore that and you let it continue to stay in your vehicle's cooling system. I'm going to show you what happens when it gets to the next level, where the acid, corrosion, pH balance, and alkalinity level is off the charts for a long time. That's why the little red Jeep that's right behind me is in my service bay, and I rescued it from the crusher. And the reason it was in the wrecking yard was because the engine failed. But I'm not going to tell you any more. I'm going to show you in a segment. All right, last but not least, I know you're saying, get on with it, Motor Mouth. All right, I went out and I bought a jug of something I never do, which is pre-mixed. This is 50-50. So it's been pre-mixed for me for the right amount of 50% water, 50% super silicone Silicates. You got to try that on your friends and then shoot a video and shoot it over to me when you say that. And then you tell them, antifreeze. Let's get a look on their face. They'll go, wow, you like know something. Yeah, exactly. All right, we're going to test this one. So this is brand new, right out of the jug. I bought it on purpose because I wanted to test it. So let's do it. Let's rock this one. This is brand new, never been in a vehicle, from the jug to my container, which is sterilized. I sterilized all 3 of these containers, and so that there's no cheating, no cross-contamination here. That's right. We don't want the peas touching the corn, or the corn touching the carrots. Cross-contamination. Here we go. All right, so that's 15. Let's wander down the chart. Number 1. I'd say we got a good 60 there. Maybe, well, not quite 60. It's probably closer to that one. Winner, chicken dinner. We got a winner. It's 50% on the glycol. That means it's good to minus 34 on the chart. Yeah, again, if it's that cold, I'm putting another log on the fire now. Here's where it's going to get a little interesting. All right, on the pH balance, acid, corrosion level, and alkalinity, where are we? We're almost there. We're definitely not there. We're definitely not here. We're here in the middle. We're right in the middle. How can that be with brand new antifreeze? Mixed fitty, and it's in the unsatisfactory part. This is brand new. Never been in a vehicle at all, from the jug to the container, and we're testing it. It's unsatisfactory. So I'm not going to tell you what brand it is, but I'm going to tell you I bought it because I wanted to know, is it accurate? Is it good? Well, I have to say it's not. The chart tells it all. It's not dark green. Let's get a closer look. It's definitely not dark green. It's not light green. It's in between. But still, it's in the unsatisfactory zone. And I've been using these test strips for well over 30 years. I know, I'm almost as old as dirt, but it's okay. So where do you go from here? I'm definitely not putting this in my vehicle. Definitely not putting this in there. Definitely not putting this in there. So I leave it to you to decide and make a decision on that. But I've trusted these even in the trucking industry, because I did work for a number of the large trucking manufacturers, Mack Trucks and Peterbilt. And this is how we've always tested the cooling system and tested the antifreeze, the super silicone Silicate. This fails. And I'm going to tell you what I think. Why? They mixed it with water. Where did they get the water from? Because in our industry, we can no longer mix anything that requires diluting with tap water because of the heavy metals and all the junk that's in it. I don't drink tap water. I don't water my plants with tap water. In the shop, I have a filter right over here on the sink that filters out all impurities. So if I'm mixing my own antifreeze, I'm mixing it with my water that's filtered, and there's no metals in it, no chlorine, no nothing. But I have to say the fail on this is, in my opinion, it's been mixed with tap water and it's put it into the acid corrosion pH balance chart into the negative. So I leave you to make a decision on that, and absolutely, give me a comment. What do you think? This is brand spanking new. That's all I took out of a 4-liter jug to test, because I wanted to see, is it good or isn't it? And according to my TRAK, it's not adequate to put in your vehicle. So be sure you know what you're putting in your vehicle when it comes to all fluids, but especially antifreeze, because a cooling system that's in bad shape and the coolant is measuring in the bad side of the pH balance and alkalinity level needs to get out of the cooling system. The system needs to be cleaned and flushed and neutralized. Again, if we're using tap water to flush the cooling system, we need to put a neutralizer through there as well before we add in our antifreeze. So till next time, be sure to subscribe, like and subscribe and share on our YouTube channel, which is under Niall Jenkins. Become a subscriber. Put some comments down in the comments section. I love to read every single one of them. And so till next time, keep it under 100 and put the coffee on, because we're coming to your house.